Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
Why end our spoilers Thursdays full April 16th? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, and my brain is absolutely fried from looking at all these wild soap updates, but we have to talk about it. The drama is just off the charts right now across every single storyline. I am typing this as fast as I can on a tight deadline because you all need to know what is going down, so grab a coffee. Let's just jump right into the absolute madness happening today. No way, just no way. I am still sitting here staring at my screen in absolute disbelief. Matt Clark did not even knock. He did not gently tap on the door. He just walked right in. So Adam Newman is in his hotel room in Las Vegas, and he has Reza with him, and Chelsea Lawson is there too. And the tension in that room is already so thick you could cut it with a knife. Because Chelsea flew all the way out there on a bad feeling. She just knew something was wrong. And she was right, but then the door opens. And it is Matt Clark, smirking, smiling like he is at a cocktail party. And he looks right at Chelsea and Adam, and he drops 6 words that just freeze the entire room. Nick Newman is dead. Just like that, boom, 6 words. And the whole world stops spinning. He says Nick overdosed. He says it happened this morning. And he is so calm about it. Like he is reading the weather report or ordering a coffee. But this is Matt Clark. The guy is a monster. He is a villain, so why should anyone believe him? Exactly, we shouldn't, but Chelsea and Adam don't know that. They are just standing there in absolute shock. Because Adam had been hiding all of this from Chelsea. He hid the fact that Nick was missing. He hid Reza. He hid the whole messy Vegas underground spider life he was slipping back into. And now it blew up in his face in the worst possible way. Chelsea is just losing her mind. She challenges Matt to come closer. She literally wants to spit on him. She came to Vegas to find her family, to save Adam from himself. And instead, she gets a death notice from a smug con artist in a hotel hallway. It is just brutal. And Adam is demanding answers. He is yelling. But Matt is not giving him anything. Matt just stands there. So the big question for all of us watching is this: is Nick really dead? Or is Matt playing the most twisted psychological game ever? Because if anyone is going to lie about a death to win a war, it is Matt Clark. The guy is sick. And think about Adam for a second. The guilt has to be eating him alive. He told Chelsea that Nick was acting erratic. That Nick insisted on meeting Reese's boyfriend Ronnie first. And then Nick just vanished. Adam admitted to Chelsea that he thought his brother was hooked on opioids, the fentanyl. Matt intentionally fed Nick heavy doses of fentanyl. We know this. The timeline tells us this. Nick has been missing for 2 days, 2 whole days. And nobody in the family was looking for him. Except Adam. And now Adam thinks he is too late. Because Matt is telling them Nick is dead and already cremated. Cremated, how convenient, no body, no proof, just Matt's sick word. But let's really dig into the psychology of Matt Clark here. Because this guy does not do anything by accident. Walking into that room with Reza by his side, smiling at Chelsea. He wanted maximum damage. He wanted to break Adam. He wanted to push Adam so far back into his dark spider persona that he might never recover. And telling Chelsea that Nick is dead? That is the trigger, because Adam and Nick have this crazy, complicated history. They hate each other half the time. But Nick also saved Adam's life once upon a time. They are brothers. And Adam brought Nick into this Vegas mess. So if Nick is dead, Adam will blame himself forever. And Matt knows that. Matt is counting on that. And the cremation lie, that is just the cherry on top of this twisted sundae. By claiming Nick is already cremated, Matt removes the demand for a body. He cuts off the investigation before it even starts. He wants Chelsea and Adam to just collapse in grief and give up. But we know the truth. We know Nick is tied up in a warehouse somewhere in Sin City. Bleeding, suffering, high out of his mind on the drugs Matt pumped into his system. Nick is fighting for his life while his family is being told he is a pile of ashes. It is horrifying. It is dark. Even for this show, this is a really dark storyline. And where is the rest of the Newman family while all this is happening? They are completely useless. They are ignoring Nick. Victor Newman is too busy whining about Phyllis Summers stealing Newman Enterprises. Victor actually told Claire that accountability is for the weak. Can you believe that? His own son is being tortured in a warehouse, and Victor is giving supervillain speeches about accountability. Victoria is busy defending Victor to anyone who will listen. Kyle is fighting with Victoria. Nikki is screaming about Diane crushing her hand in a door. The whole family is so wrapped up in their own petty drama that they let Nick disappear for 2 days. 2 days! So Chelsea is screaming, Adam is breaking down, Matt is smiling. And the fans are just screaming at their screens. Because we all know Summer Newman is the only one who actually cares enough to go looking for her dad. But right now, in that hotel room, the despair is absolute. Chelsea's bad feeling was right. She knew Adam was in trouble, but she never expected this. She never expected to be staring at a man who calmly announces the death of her brother-in-law, and Riza is just standing there, smug. Watching it all unfold, Riza, who knows Adam's darkest secrets. Riza, who just had a massive standoff with Chelsea over who really understands Adam. It is a total nightmare. But we have to move on, because while Vegas is literally burning down with this psychological warfare, things in Genoa City are just as messy. Just in a completely different, weirdly domestic way. Let's talk about Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott. Because this situation is giving me major anxiety. Sally is sick. She is holed up in the apartment. And Billy Abbott is playing nurse. He thinks it is just a cold. A little bud. He is making her tea. He is feeding her soup. He even canceled their big trip to London. He is being so sweet, volunteering to spoon-feed her like she has the bubonic plague. But Billy is completely clueless. He has no idea what is actually going on. Because Sally knows, or at least she strongly suspects. She is not sick with a cold. She thinks she is pregnant, and she is freaking out. So the second Billy leaves the room, what does she do? She grabs her phone. She texts Audra Charles. Audra, of all people, she asks Audra for a massive favor. And Audra actually comes through. Audra shows up and sneaks Sally a pregnancy test. And Sally just takes this huge, deep breath. Because her whole life might be about to change. And Billy is still right there in the apartment. Grumbling about the canceled trip, oblivious. Sally is just trying to push Billy out the door. She is telling him to go to London. Go anywhere. Just get out of the apartment so she can pee on this stick and figure out her life. But Billy thinks she is just being independent. He thinks she is just trying to get rid of him because she hates being taken care of. He doesn't see the sheer terror in her eyes, the panic. Sally is terrified, a baby with Billy Abbott, right now. With all the corporate drama and everything else. It is a lot, so she is just pushing him away. And the clock is ticking. And let's just talk about Audra for a second. Why Audra, Sally and Audra have a weird dynamic. But Audra delivering a pregnancy test is wild. Especially when you remember that Audra has her own trauma with pregnancy. She lost a child with Noah Newman back in London. So for her to be the one sneaking a test to Sally, it is loaded. It is so emotionally loaded, but Audra does it, and she hands it over. And Sally is just staring at this little plastic stick that holds her entire future. Billy is in the kitchen, whistling, making more tea. Pouring soup, he is in full-on caretaker mode. And it is kind of cute, honestly. Billy can be such a mess, but when he cares about someone, he really tries. But he is so blind, he cannot read the room. Sally is sweating, she is shaking, and it is not from a fever. It is from the pure, unadulterated fear of bringing a child into this chaotic world. What is she going to do if it is positive? How does she tell Billy? How does Billy react? Billy already has kids. He has a lot of baggage. And Sally just wanted a fresh start, a clean slate. And now she might be tied to the Abbott family in the most permanent way possible. So the tension in that apartment is just suffocating. Sally hiding the test under a pillow or in her pocket. Smiling weakly at Billy as he brings her a tray of food. Telling him he really should go to London. That she will be fine, that she just needs to sleep. And Billy just refusing to leave her side. It is a classic soap trope, but it works so well here because the stakes are so personal. No corporate takeovers, no kidnappings. Just a woman terrified of a positive result and a man who thinks chicken noodle soup is going to fix everything. I am exhausted just thinking about it. But speaking of exhausted, let's pivot to the absolute train wreck that is the Winters family right now. Because Devin Winters has officially gone rogue, and I mean completely rogue. Devin wants Mariah Copeland in prison, period. He is not playing around anymore. Devin actually went and filed a motion to revoke Mariah's plea deal. He wants the case reopened. He wants the felony charges brought back. And here is the kicker. He did it without telling his wife. He did it behind Abby's back, and Abby is furious. Like, nuclear-level furious. Abby thought they had an agreement. She thought they agreed that Mariah being in a mental health treatment facility was the right path. That hospitalization was the answer. After all, Mariah had a severe mental breakdown. She was traumatized, but Devin does not care. Devin thinks Mariah is just going to sweet-talk the doctors. He thinks she will manipulate the system and walk free. He is a father who had his son, Dominic, kidnapped, taken right out of his arms. And he is traumatized too, so they are at society. And they are fighting, just arguing back and forth, yelling, and nobody is listening to the other person. Devin's pain is real. We have to acknowledge that. Dominic is his biological son. And Mariah, who carried Dominic as a surrogate, basically lost her mind and took the baby, with Tessa's help. It was a massive betrayal. Devin trusted Mariah. He loved her like family. And she shattered that trust. So in Devin's mind, a hospital is a vacation. A hospital is a loophole. He wants her behind bars. He wants her to pay for the terror she caused him. But doing it behind Abby's back. That is a massive mistake. Abby is a Newman. She might be ignored by Victor and the rest of them right now, but she has a temper. And Devin just completely undermined her as a mother and a partner. So they are at society, making a scene, voices raised. Abby is waving her hands. Devin is standing his ground, looking completely rigid and unforgiving. And then who walks in? Sharon Newman and Christine Blair. Of course Sharon is there. Sharon always has to meddle. She always has to fix things. Even when her own daughter is the one who committed the crime. Sharon walks right up and starts pleading Mariah's case. She looks at Abby, mother to mother. She tells Abby that prison will destroy Mariah forever, that Mariah is broken, that she needs help, not a jail cell. And you have to look at Sharon's history here. Sharon was literally just kidnapped and held hostage by Martin Laurent in an abandoned psychiatric facility. She knows what captivity does to a person. She knows trauma, so she is desperate to save her daughter from a concrete cell. She is begging Devin, she is begging Abby, She is putting all her chips on the table, but Devin is just glaring at her. He doesn't want to hear it from Sharon. Sharon is an enabler in his eyes. And then Christine chimes in. Christine is the lawyer. She is laying down the legal facts. She explains that if this plea deal gets revoked, it is over. The safety net is gone. Mariah could face real, hard prison time. No more hospitals, no more therapy sessions. Just bars and jumpsuits. Christine is trying to make Devin see the reality of what he is doing. She is trying to appeal to his logical side. Because once this motion goes through, there is no taking it back. The judge will hammer Mariah. But Devin just walks away. He literally turns his back and walks out of society. He does not want to hear it. He is a grieving, angry father. He doesn't care about leniency. He wants justice. Or revenge. Call it whatever you want. Is he right? Is he wrong? The show is not telling us. And honestly, it is tearing the fans apart. Some people are totally on Devin's side. They say kidnapping is kidnapping, but others are saying Devin is being cruel to a woman who clearly suffered a psychotic break. And Abby is just left standing there, embarrassed, angry, feeling completely betrayed by her husband. Sharon is panicking because her daughter's fate is now in the hands of a legal system that Devin just weaponized. And Christine is probably already drafting up emergency legal documents in her head. It is a complete mess. The Winters family is just fracturing in every direction right now. Malcolm is off plotting murder in New York. Lily is dealing with Holden and Kane. And now Devin is trying to lock up his former surrogate. It is too much. So let's just recap this insane day. We have Matt Clark playing God in Las Vegas, casually announcing the death and cremation of Nick Newman to a horrified Chelsea and Adam. We have Sally Spectra hiding a pregnancy test in her pocket while Billy Abbott tries to force-feed her chicken soup, completely oblivious to the fact that he might be a father again. And we have Devin Winters going rogue, betraying his wife, and trying to send a mentally fragile Mariah to a maximum security prison while Sharon begs for mercy. I don't even know how I am going to sleep tonight. The pacing of these storylines is just relentless. Every time you think they are going to give us a breather, they just hit the gas harder. What is Adam going to do now? Is he going to kill Matt? Is Summer going to find Nick before he actually does die from that fentanyl? Is Sally going to get a positive result? And if she does, will she even tell Billy, or will she lie? And Devin, man, Devin is crossing a line that he might never be able to uncross. If Mariah goes to prison, the fallout between him and Abby, and him and the Newmans, will be apocalyptic. I am going to keep refreshing my sources and looking for any more leaks. Because I need to know what happens next. This is why we watch, guys. This raw, unfiltered, messy human drama. It is clunky, it is frustrating, but it is so addictive. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you Team Devin or Team Sharon? Do you think Sally is actually pregnant? And how much do you hate Matt Clark right now? I will see you all in the next update. Stay tuned.